Are you following Super Rugby Pacific? Stick around. I'll share my insights into round 13, where some of the games were real quality and a lot tighter than I expected. Hey everyone, it's Coach H here, and you've found Inspired by Union, a channel where I discuss Southern Hemisphere rugby. Let's dive right in. Greetings Rugby Universe. Round 13 Super Rugby Pacific in the bag, done and dusted, and I tell you what, I'm really impressed with a couple of the middle tier and lower tier teams who had a real crack this week. Hurricanes versus Moana Pacifica. Well, this game surprised me. The Canes made some wholesale changes to their squad. However, I expected them to roll on and get the business done. Well, Moana Pacifica, they tore that script up and they absolutely hoed into their work on Friday night. Taking the Canes on at the contest for the breakdown, Havili Talitui and Anisi got into a huge body of work each from the 7 and 8 respectively. Tomatene provided the running threat, and he had more steps than the Great Wall of China as he broke a few ankles in the Hurricanes' defence. The Moana scrum also enjoyed a few positive moments, getting the Hurricanes on their roller skates. The Canes, whilst not getting their game flow on, did look likely to get the job done despite Moana playing so well. Lakai and Numia brought real impact from the Pine, which may put AB's selectors on notice even further. The Canes, sitting in second by 4 points ahead of the Brumbies, had the Chiefs and Landers to come. Hurricanes 32, Moana 24. Rebels versus the Chiefs. Possibly the last home game for the Rebels as we know it. They threw absolutely everything at a shell-shocked Chiefs outfit. The Rebels finally unlocked success against the Kiwi side of the breakdown, nullifying the offload and chop tackles working a treat. Sport can be cruel, and the Chiefs took this game through a 78th minute penalty to break Rebels' hearts. The Rebels, they deserve their losing bonus point. They've got a hard task with the Brumbies and the Ndrua away. A bonus point in either of those games could be enough to secure a finals berth. The Chiefs, meanwhile, face the Canes and the Blues and should stay in the top 4 at a minimum. The Chiefs took this one by 26 to 23. Fijian Ndrua versus the Reds. The Ndrua and the Reds both put on a show in Suva. Suliasi Vunivalu played the role of the villain for the Reds as he was twice carded for tripping, resulting in a red. It was vital that the Reds got off to a quick start. It was the home side that grabbed the ascendancy. However, the Reds climbed back into the game to close out the end of the first stanza. Again, the Ndrua started the second half so well, and it seemed the Reds were destined to chase this game all day. A poor line-out and ill discipline at the breakdown saw the game get away from the Queenslanders. The highest the Reds can finish on the ladder is 5th, with derbies against the Force and the Tars to come. Ndrua, they're away to the Landers next week. They return home, finish off their season against the Rebels. A winnable game. Ndrua by 28 to 19. Brumbies versus Crusaders. Another Saturday glorious afternoon in Canberra, and these two teams went at each other. Both of the custodians went well, with Tom Wright, all class with ball in the hand, chipping in with 2 tries. His counterpart, Tom McNichol, has been wonderful since returning from the UK. He's been one of the Crusaders' best over the past month. The Kiwi side dominated the scrum, line-outs, a mixed bag from both. The real contest was with ball in hand, and both sides were destructive in the contact zone. What looked like was going to be golden point extra time ended up being a penalty try as Quinton Strange deflected a ball that hit the upright. It went out. He was penalised and sent from the field. A crazy finish. The Brumbies, their aim to overtake the Canes and get a home semi-final. The equation for them, 2 Aussie derbies. Crusaders, well, they're just playing for pride now as they look to make up the numbers. Brumbies win a tight, quality contest in a crazy finish by 31 to 24. Blues versus the Highlanders. With a host of changes pre-game by the Blues, it looked like the Highlanders could be in the box seat to cause an upset. They started well and produced a fine first half. Post-break, it was all about the Blues. Their forwards getting their head and shoulders through contact, generating lightning quick ball. They upped the tempo and the Highlanders couldn't handle the heat. Caleb Clark, he had a wowzer of the game, absolutely class on both sides of the ball. The Landers, they sit in 7th. They have Ndrua and the Canes to come. Meanwhile, the Blues, destiny's in their own hands. Blues in a canter by 47-13. Force versus the Waratahs. A healthy crowd in the West where the Force knew before kickoff that anything less than a win would dent their chances as they sit currently in 9th, chasing the Ndrua 2 points on the ladder adrift. A lot of kicking early in this clash as both sides avoided possession of the ball in their 22s. Opportunities in this game were limited, but it was the home side that made the most of theirs. The Waratahs are a shell of themselves compared to teams that have gone before. However, Coleman has produced sides that, despite being undermanned, do fight. There's effort, they just haven't been rewarded. It's a hard task for the Force to make the 8 with the Reds and Brumbies to come. Force got the chocolates in this game by 27-7. If you're finding these insights helpful, please drop a like, drop a comment, and I'll endeavour to get back to you. Well, I predicted we'd see a few blowouts this week, but I was really impressed with Moana and the Rebels to stay tight and keep fighting to the end. I'm Coach H, and you've been watching Inspired by Union.